Hi, my name's Anna and I'm going to give you a quick introduction to how to use Health Pathways. This is our homepage. Just here we have health alerts, so any new health alerts will pop up there in a timely manner. We also have latest news for other events, escalations of care, outbreaks, changes to surgery. We've also got a little section here. If you want to request a pathway, please jump on and enter your details. This section here in Pathway Updates lets you know of any new pathways that we've developed and that they've gone live. Then there's the ability to search for pathways. So on the sidebar here, you can see lots of different sections of health pathways. Click on the down arrow and everything underneath it. Black ones are pathways that we have actually developed and localized for Southeast Sydney. If you find a grey one, it will quite obviously show you that it's not localized to Southeast Sydney, but the information inside it is from New Zealand and is generally still accurate. There's also the search bar, which is really good at picking up results. We'll type in melanoma, and we can find that there's actually 18 pathways that mention melanoma. Lists them all there. So if we just jump on the first one, suspected melanoma, this is the typical structure you'll see on a clinical pathway that helps you with your assessment, management and referral of a patient who you think might have a melanoma. So all the clinical pathways are structured with background to give you a bit of a background on the disease, assessment, management, and then referral. In New Zealand, they call referrals requests, so you'll see that terminology used all throughout the pathways. The point of the request pathways is that they will link you to whoever you need to help you manage that patient if the care is beyond your scope of practice. So in this instance, we list all of the dermatology options within Southeast Sydney, and you can get the referral information, the fax number and the referral form. The beautiful thing about Health Pathways is we also list all the private providers, so you can refer on to any of these people as well. Now, a new thing is COVID management of patients in Southeast Sydney. So to do that, COVID's up here on the top of the search bar. The clinical care pathways are the ones that you want to look at. If you're managing a patient, the COVID case management full care is the pathway you'll want to be using. These pathways are updated really regularly by our lead GP clinical editor, Martina Gleeson. You can see here lots of information, and as health advice changes, it's all being updated. So there's lots of COVID pathways, the vaccination ones, all of these case management tools, pathway for management and assessment of children, post-COVID conditions, if you want any information about practice setup, requests and support. So again, requests mean referrals. So it's got info about isolation. Under the COVID-19 requests, you've got the hospital-led COVID services if you've got any questions or if your patient's being managed by them. The GP respiratory clinics can take COVID patients for testing and management. The other really useful part about these pathways is the impact and recent changes. So if it's been a little bit since you've looked at what the clinical advice is and you want to make sure there hasn't been any changes, you can go to this COVID-19 recent changes pathway, and it separates each of the pathways out and lets you know what the most recent changes are. So if you were up to date at the 13th of December, you're still up to date for the COVID-19 vaccination resources. And as you scroll down, you'll be able to see all the different COVID pathways and when the latest changes were made. As you can see, we're constantly updating things. So it's a really good pathway to use if you want to make sure nothing's changed. Thanks for listening to me, and if you've ever got any feedback about any of our pathways or you want to get in touch with the team, this blue icon will be on every single page and you can send us feedback. Thank you.